Your website not only needs to have a good user interface, but also offer an excellent user experience. A critical part of the user experience is how fast your web pages load and deliver the information people seek. A fast loading website functions as a lead generation engine, so choosing a web hosting company should not be done lightly. When it comes to web hosting, there are two main options: managed and unmanaged. If you are somebody who wants just a simple click and deploy solution, then managed hosting would be for you. In managed hosting, you will get multiple choices. There would be shared hosting, dedicated hosting, virtual private servers, and some even offer you cloud hosting. The main drawback of managed hosting is that you will end up paying more. In unmanaged hosting, you will only get virtual private servers. Virtual private servers provide you with a space and you need to install an operating system on it. This is usually Linux, and then on this operating system you need to install your choice of content management system. Now, till a short while ago, deploying this meant using command line interface and working on a terminal, something which many people didn't prefer. However, since then, much has changed, and today you get click to deploy solutions when it comes to virtual private servers, making it rather simple. In this video, I will show you how to deploy CyberPanel, which uses a technology called Lightspeed Caching, which will make your websites load much faster. We will be doing this on Google Cloud. Why Google Cloud? Google Cloud is offering a $300 credit for people to get started. So there's just a disclaimer here that at the time of making this video, this credit option applies. This may change in the future. Google may choose to withdraw the credit that they are offering. All you need to do to get started is have a Google account. And if you have a Gmail address, you already have a Google account. The $300 credit you are getting has to be used in the first year. The solution we are deploying would cost you around $11 and some cents a month, which means you would not have to pay for a year of hosting. Once the year is ended, your monthly invoice would not exceed again the amount, which is of $11 and some cents, unless you outgrow the space of 10 gigabytes that we would be using. Hey guys, my name is Vishal Mehra. I'm a lead generation consultant. I help companies scale up leveraging the power of modern day marketing and automation. Let's jump into the video and let me show you how to deploy this solution. So here we are at cloud.google.com. We need to go to the console. Once we get to the console, you will notice that your console would look a little different than mine. That is because you do not have any project set up as yet. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and create a new project. And when you choose a name for it, please make sure that you choose a name that is easy for you to remember in case you're going to have multiple projects on Google Cloud. If not, then whatever name you give here is the name that it will be set up on. So we've given it the name of test project because I will not be using this project later. It will get deleted. Give it a few seconds. It will show up. Here it is. Now we just need to go into this project instance. So by clicking it, we entered the project instance. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to the search bar and we're going to search for CyberPanel. We're looking for CyberPanel Official. That is the product that we need, and it's the second one on the list. We click it, it will show us the window giving us the option to launch into this. CyberPanel Official, Lightspeed Technologies, that's the one we need. We click launch and it presents us with the next screen where the deployment name is given, the size of the boot disk. We've chosen 10 gigabytes of boot disk. We just scroll down to check if everything is checked. But before we deploy, I want to just check the machine type. A small machine type is what we have here by default, and that is good enough for us. It is enough for me to run about 3 to 4 low traffic websites. So we come here, we click deploy. Now this will take a couple of minutes to deploy. So it's going to take a couple of minutes to deploy here, and I'm going to pause and come back. So here it is. It took about 3 minutes, and at the top, if you see, we have our admin URL. It is trailing with a 8090 number. That's the port number. If we try and enter into it, we'll get an error message right now because we have not activated it as yet. So what we need to do is we need to come here and SSH into this instance. That means we will need to use terminal here. I know I had said we'll be doing a graphical user interface here, but in this case we just need to run 2 commands using the terminal, and these are pretty straightforward. It'll take less than a minute to do, and once we are done with it, we will be able to log back into the graphical user interface. So the first command is we need to SSH into our instance, and it says SSH user, replace user with root, and then @ and the IP address of the instance, excepting we don't put the 8090 at the end. And if you enter here by default, it will reject because the default here is no. So what we need to do is we need to manually type yes to accept the fingerprint. Once we have done so, we need to run the second command because we need the username and password to log into our instance or to log into our CyberPanel. Once we run this command, instantly we'll get the username password. So do have a notepad or a text editor handy and copy this and keep it somewhere safe. So there we have it. Now we can go and log into our instance. So here we are presented with the login screen. The default username is admin and the password is as we had received and we had copied. So let's retrieve the password. And there we go. So once we are on the dashboard, what we need to do is we need to actually create a website. That's the first step. So we press create website. We will fill up the details and the select package is default. The owner is admin. The domain name without the www needs to be entered here. Then you need to give an email address. And once you've given the email address, it asks you to check the PHP version. So always check the latest, always select the latest version. Now in this case, I have not checked the create mail domain because I am not in favor of using the mail domain from here. What we're doing in the meantime is we are going to go to Namecheap or wherever you have bought your domain from, and we are going to change the DNS records so that the new domain that we have created points to the IP address. So the domain we have created is demo.vishalmehra.com, and I want this domain to point to this particular IP address. Now this can be easily achieved by just adding an A record. The A record I want to add is for demo. Now I already have an existing A record which I'm going to delete here and add a fresh one. The host would be demo. The value would be the IP address without the HTTPS and the trailing slash at the end. That's it. We are done with the DNS work. Now the domain would automatically point to the new setup. Now once we have set up the website, we need to go and check it and install the content management system onto it. See, currently we have just created a path in the public HTML file, but now we need a content management system, and in this case we'll use WordPress with Lightspeed Cache plugin or Lightspeed Cache enabled on it. Now by default, whenever you create a WordPress website, it will always ask for a blog title because WordPress was started off as a blog. But give your site title, choose your login name and password and keep it, and remember it, keep it somewhere safe, add your email And the path, just leave it default. Do not add anything in the path. Once you start the installation, it should take about a minute or two to set it up. In our case, it's not taking very long. It seems to be working pretty fast. It's already installed the LS Cache plugin. It's activated it, and we are done. So now what we need to do is we need to go and log into our new site and see it for ourselves if it's been installed or not. So if you put in demo.vishalmehra.com, there you have it. There I have the new site, which has already been updated. But one thing I notice here is that when I look at it, it says at the top not secure. That is because the SSL has not been activated as yet. So we're going to come here, press manage SSL, and activate the SSL settings so that it gives it the trusted browser lock that we need. So if you have more than one website, you will find all the websites here. Come here, press issue SSL, and it will automatically issue a SSL certificate. While it's issuing the SSL, let's go and check if it has started working on a site or not. At the present moment, it is still not showing it. So we're just going to change it to https demo.vishalmehra.com. And there you see it's already got the SSL activated. So now the content is secure, and that is what we wanted to do. So the SSL has been deployed. This will be valid now for 90 days. What we need to do now is we need to do one more thing. We need to go into our website, log into our admin panel. Remember the password that you had when you created this site. Use that password, login and password, and enter into the site. And we can already see the Lightspeed Cache plugin is enabled. It's there. We will just need to log in to the site online and get the domain key for the caching dashboard. But what we are here for is not the caching dashboard, but we are here to do one minor change in the settings so that by default, our website always displays HTTPS. So go to settings, and in the URL and the site address URL, so WordPress address URL and the site address URL, just enter the S, make it HTTPS. You can go ahead and if you want to change your language, now you can change your language. You want to set your time zone, you can set your time zone. I'm in India, so I'll change it to India, and we'll save the changes. Once we save the changes, it logs us out. Once we log back in, we will see that it's all HTTPS now and it's all secure. So there you have it, guys. It's as simple as this to set up your own domain, to set up your own hosting, to set up your own WordPress website. I hope this has provided some value to you, and you will be able to set up, or you have been able to set up your own site. If this provided value to you, we would appreciate a like. Your like tells YouTube that this content is relevant and it gets pushed up to the other users like you. If you've not subscribed, we'd really appreciate you doing so. This is Vishal Mehra. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.